Daredevil Born Again. Episodes 5 and 6 theories that will make you question everything. Welcome back to Mind Bang, the channel where we take the weirdest corners of the internet and slam them into your eyeballs like a thrown billy club. But before we get into episodes 5 and 6 of Daredevil Born Again, let me tell you about the nightmare I had last night. It wasn't just any nightmare. It was about a monster made entirely out of our own misdeeds and half-melted Twix bars. It whispered things like, "Remember that time you didn't tip the pizza guy enough? And you still haven't called your aunt back, have you?" And then it just stood there, judging, staring with caramel eyes full of disappointment. I woke up in a cold sweat. So, naturally I turned to Daredevil, because nothing distracts you from your existential failures, like Matt Murdock getting punched through a church window. Let's break down the biggest theories and what the internet is absolutely losing its mind over after these two episodes. Theory 1. Muse is playing a much bigger game. Let's talk about the psycho graffiti artist slash serial killer that has been creeping in the shadows, Muse. Now, in the comics, Muse is a terrifying nightmare goblin of a man who creates art out of crime scenes. But in Born Again, it seems like they're setting him up as something even worse. This dude is playing the long game. Reddit is convinced that Muse isn't just some random killer, he's got ties to Fisk. Maybe even unknowing ties. What if Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin, aka New York's angriest bald guy, is using Muse as his own insane agent of chaos? Think about it. Fisk is all about control. Muse? He's anti-control. He's the wild card, and what's more dangerous than a guy Fisk thinks he can control, but can't? This would also explain why Daredevil's having such a hard time pinning Muse down, because he's not just some nutjob running around with spray paint. He's being protected by forces Matt doesn't even see yet. If this theory is right, Muse might be the scariest villain Daredevil has faced so far. And considering Matt has already fought a guy who throws office supplies with deadly accuracy, that's saying something. Theory 2. Bullseye and Punisher have unfinished business. Did anyone else catch Frank Castle referring to Benjamin Poindexter as Bullseye in passing? Because that one throwaway line might be the biggest breadcrumb in the season. The last time we saw Dex, aka Bullseye, he was getting his entire spine reassembled like IKEA furniture at the end of Daredevil Season 3. But what's he been up to since? And why does Frank Castle sound like he's already had a run-in with him? Here's the theory. Punisher and Bullseye have already clashed during the 7-year time jump. And whatever went down between them? It was bad. Some fans think Bullseye might actually be working for Fisk now, acting as a silent enforcer. Meanwhile, Frank Castle, who has zero chill, is out for blood. Punisher versus Bullseye, round 2. No rules, no holding back. And if this season ends with Daredevil stuck between a vengeful Punisher and an unhinged Bullseye, yeah, Matt might actually have to retire for real this time. Theory 3. Kingpin's New York redemption is a total scam. Listen, Wilson Fisk is a liar. The man has been on TV acting like he's some kind of reformed figure, promising to help New York. But we all saw what happened in episode 6. He's got Adam locked away like a mafia princess. This isn't about redemption. This is about making sure Vanessa never leaves him again. If you think about it, this is the perfect mirror to Matt's internal struggle. Fisk is trying to be a better man, but deep down, he's still a monster. Matt is trying to leave Daredevil behind, but deep down, he can't. And when these two finally collide again, it's going to be a war. Also, if you still think Fisk is playing by the rules, just remember, the man literally put his wife's ex-lover in a dungeon instead of just, sending a strongly worded text. Theory 4. Matt Murdock's breaking point is coming. Let's be honest, Matt looks tired. With the death of Hector Ayala, aka White Tiger, Matt's whole "I can balance law and justice" thing is unraveling fast. Reddit is convinced that we're about to see full-blown born-again Matt, which means Matt losing everything. Matt getting beaten within an inch of his life. Matt rising from the ashes and deciding to take down Fisk one last time. It's all falling apart for him. His faith, his law career, his ability to even pretend he's happy. And if Muse, Fisk, and Bullseye keep pushing him, we're gonna see Daredevil at his lowest point before he fights his way back up. And I don't know about you, but I live for Matt Murdock being a complete disaster. Final thoughts: who's not making it out alive? Alright, let's make some wild predictions before the next episodes. Someone big is gonna die. Maybe Karen. Maybe Matt himself. Temporarily, of course. Muse's endgame is gonna be way more disturbing than we think. Like, oh no, I need therapy after watching this. Disturbing. Fisk's plan is gonna blow up in his face hard, but he'll still find a way to land on his feet because he's Wilson freaking Fisk. Bullseye is coming, and when he does, it's gonna get wild. That's a wrap. What's your call? Alright, hit me with your best theories in the comments. Who do you think is making it out alive? Is Matt about to lose everything again? And most importantly, how are the Twix judging monsters in my dreams actually right about me? If you liked this breakdown, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video before Wilson Fisk personally removes it from the internet. And remember, if a man in a white suit tells you he's changed, check his basement first.